Okay, in previous video we have talked about the separating of URL files. So each application will have a separate URL file, and at the end of the day we will just connect or include here and it will work. Okay, let's talk about the template, how the template work. We do not need all of them, or we do not need any of them. Well, I just want to remove this and I want to have only one thing here, like this home view. Okay, I want to clean this as well, and this API as well I don't need. Let's see how we can use the template. Okay, here mostly we have this URL. So well, we have seen something like hello world on the screen. Here we have seen it here. Now if I want to read the same thing from a template, from an HTML template, how we can do that? Okay, now let's have like this is the blog application. In the blog application, let's create a folder name templates. So the name will be the same, templates. Do not like have the capital, or at the end do not miss the s or anything else. Just have a directory called template, and the template, well, as my wish, or you can also do this, or you do not need to do this, but it is not mandatory, it is optional. If you want, you can, but if you do not want, well, you cannot, you just don't do that. I want to have another directory as blog, so I want to separate every template of this blog separately, like which I had here URL. So here I want to have, well, home.html. see how cool is that? Everything is well managed and well shown. Okay, and here I want to have hello world, or it is HTML page. Okay, in the view I want to have this like the first will be request. Here another parameter will be, well, template. You do not need to mention the templates here, just the blog and home.html. Very simple. If you do not have this directory, blog directory, you just remove this blog directory here like this. So I have the blog directory, that's why I just mentioned this blog directory. So here is the path. One is the first parameter will be the request, the second parameter will be the, well, the path of that template, and the third parameter I just don't need to mention now, but I will talk about this. Okay, we have this, and it will read this home view, will read this home.html page. Let's see how it works. Well, is very simple. Let's change everything like h1 hello world. If I click, or if I refresh this page, it will show me hello world, very big or a little, well, bold. Okay, this is very simple. I told you that there is another, well, parameter like context. Okay, context doesn't mean I should add context. Let's have an example. Like I want to have the context, and the context will have a dictionary. The dictionary will be, for example, the username like Zeno. I want to have the name. Okay, and there will be like age. Well, age will be 20, and there will be profession, or like what is the job. The job is programmer. Well, and clean. Now I have these things. For example, if you have from the database something like this, how you can have it here, how you can, well, render it here, so is also important. Now let's have the context here. Okay, I just want to call the context, or I want to have this as a parameter. Here we have, so these are actually a variable. Well, you have the username, you have the age, you have the job, you have many other things here. But well, what is the benefit? Sometimes, well, we need something like this, some variable in Django specifically. But like Python, we cannot have that. Like name will be should be like this, or age, or like anything, profession or qualification or anything. But the most important thing here, we have to know that the variable will be called like this, or the variable will be, well, initialized like this. So we have the username, we have the age, we have the job, we have the qualification, we have everything. For example, the same things we just take from the, well, database. How we can take? Later on, I'll talk about this in a very, very, well, simple way. But you just remember this thing. We have a dictionary, and this dictionary will have all this information in it. So we have the context, and I have just passed the context here. And if you want to pass all these things here, even instead of this context, you can change the name of this context. You can have anything for like that. Now I want to use all of them in our HTML, well, template. Now how I can have this? So in HTML, when we have the variable, like specifically in Django template, so how we can have that? Like let's have the p tag, for example. You have this double curly braces. Okay, like username is very, very simple. Now it's called. If I want to have the age, for example, the age. So again, if I want to have the, well, the profession, or the profession like we have here. So all the things are mentioned very, very clean. Now what it will show to us? Well, consider this as a variable. Like you have here username, you have here job, you have here like age, everything you have mentioned it here, and you just pass this into this, well, home.html, and you use in home.html like this. So this curly braces means you have to call those, well, variables. You have these. So it's very, very simple. It's, well, I have refreshed this, and I have every value like Zeno. The username will be Zeno. The age will be 20. Well, he is a programmer. Very, very clean. So it is like variable, and you can have it here like, well, some design, like some styles. You just put it here, and you have a lot of opportunities to handle it very, very easily. So you know the benefits of this, and you have understood all the things related to that. And is it enough for us to know this? Well, in the view, we have seen all the things like HTTP response, or API response, or JSON response. The JSON, we will talk about this when we talk about the serializers, when we talk about the, well, Django REST framework. We have everything here. But for now, when we talk about the templates or the Django, well, we have all the things like variables and everything. We can have it here like this, and very, very easy. Well, in the next video, I'll talk about models. The most important things here, we have the model here, and how we can have the database. Well, in Django, specifically how we create this. In the next video, I'll talk about this very, very easily. Okay, bye-bye.